It is time to say goodbye to the Electrolux 4x4 as we hammer into June, halfway through the year nearly, and see how it did. See the really annoying thing that I found about it, and see what we shall be using to help keep my house clean and tidy for June. Yes, hello my vacuum cleaner chums, how are you today? Yes, another not very thrilling instalment of this 12 vacuums in 12 month malarkey, where I have been using this very high-end 1990s top of the line cylinder vacuum cleaner, and it is very, very good, I must say. This floor tool is not so good. It's alright, it's fine on the hard floor, it glides itself along, draws everything in, it's alright. On the rugs though, it's that bit. DCO2 had a floor tool like this and it was exactly the same, it's just doesn't deep clean very well at all. But it's kept itself very clean. There is a bit of lint stuck around the rollers though, but yeah, not too bad. Wands have been fine, they're just very wandy. The hose, now I think it is still a bit broken because this is very, very loose indeed, but I think it's either that screw or that screw. The post has snapped off. And I thought I had glued it together okay, but I don't think I have. But I've got the hot glue gun now, and well, I've had it a while, but I haven't really used it back because I used it the other day on two machines that, if you follow me on social media, you'd have seen, the two Hoover Juniors. And it actually is pretty flipping good for fixing things like this. All you do basically is to glue the tab back on and then brace it with lots of hot glue. So that will be done. It's been a little bit annoying though. But onto the machine. Let's come down a bit and see how it has fared. And it's not too bad. It's got a few more scuffs and marks about it. It's probably these really glossy cleaners. I mean, you can see it glistening on camera. You know, it's obviously not too terrible, but up close, it's just, it's marked. These always do that. It is a bit of a shame. But underneath, the three tools, I've really used the crevice tool mainly, I'll be honest. Haven't actually had this out, because anything that I would use this for, I've used the Dyson V11 with its turbo head for. So, you know, I haven't really had to use this. Had a little bit of use. But, yeah, mainly just the crevice tool. If we look, smash, under the filter, there is a fair bit of carbon dust about its person. Nothing too surprising though, really. That's just normal wear and tear from the motor. If we put that down, lift up this side, wow. As you know, I have used a paper bag in this and yeah, whoops. There is a fine layer of dust everywhere. It does go to show how far bag technology has come. All the people that hark and go on about bagless being better because that's all they've known because they're 15 years old, they're probably thinking about bags like this, and things really have moved on. Tour here of the bag. This isn't the bag that we fitted at the beginning of May. No, about a week in, I did a very silly thing, forgetting that it had a paper bag in it, because obviously the HEPA flow bags can cope with it. I used this to unclog a Dyson DCO7 that had filled its cyclone up, and it stunk, and it killed all the suction so much actually that it made the bag full flash. Whoops. So this is a different bag. We shall cover it over. And it's alright, it's a fair bit of wodge in it. So I haven't done anything silly since then, so this is just normal dirt. And there's a fair chunk in there, but even this high filtration will only be a 2, maybe 3 layer bag. Yeah, whoops, not fantastic. This seems okay, I can't see any dust bashing off of it. Not that that would really stop much. Anyway, I can breathe through it fine. That is basically there so that if the bag splits, it saves the motor. That's all its purpose is. But it did all right. This, sadly, did break. It snapped off its little tab there. I think it moved and one of the kids got hold of it, which is a bit of a shame, but it still, you know, holds itself in okay. That is very, very annoying, especially on our laminate, because these wheels are, we're getting on to negatives now, these wheels will not ride over the cable on the hard floor. Basically pushes it along. On the carpet it goes over it, but on the hard floor it drags the cable along with it, which is a pain. And the problem with that house is that I plug the hoovers into the socket in the hallway and then go to the other end of the front room and work back. So as I work back, it's pulling the cable back in, you know, as it does. But then when I get to the hallway, and I can do the kitchen and the hallway with it sat by the plug because our house is so small, it's wrapped itself around the wheel and it's pulling this almost out of the socket. Well, I pulled it and it hasn't ridden over the cable. It's a right pain in the bum. If the cable stayed out, it would be okay because the cable would be behind it. But because the cable is literally stood around the wheel, I can't make it happen. And then up against the socket, I had to then untangle it all and just have it basically plugged in like that. Very annoying. Certainly a feature for a larger house, I think. Other surprisingly annoying pain in the bum is this. This only works if the machine is behind it and you are ahead of it, because the infrared goes backwards. So if I'm sat over it or even behind it, you know, if it's sat there and I'm doing the chair, buttons won't work because it's not at the right angle, and that is really, really annoying. I have to literally kick the machine back, put the hose in front of it and turn it off. Thunderously annoying, more annoying than I thought it would be. It's been used mainly in Max. Auto, I don't like the auto because any slight change in suction pressure ramps the motor up and down and it just sounds like it's going to burn out. Haven't needed to use boost either really. Yeah, I've just been pushing Max, crack on and then off. Although it has to go into minimum for the lino and the kitchen because this forehead just sticks itself to it. And it's a bit of an annoyance. What else is actually, while we're here, and it's basically the fault of this floor here. I don't think this is the original floor tool for this one because it's got it, well, for this cleaner, because it's got its own parking bracket. And the problem with that is you have to have the wand out a little bit. Otherwise this catches on the parking slot for the machine. In fact, the parking slot for the machine is a bit of a silly thing because it only really goes down halfway, so the whole thing flops around, but it does hold it. It has been good. If I had a large house, move it up a bit, if I had a large house it would be perfect. It is more of a machine for a big cleaner. You would get an Electrolux light if you had a house like mine back in the early 1990s. I think this would have been for the poshos with 1993 Range Rovers on the driveway, those newfangled AEG washing machines in the kitchen, not for common people like me in little tiny shoebox houses. But there we go, I've used it, it's lovely. It's definitely going to be kept for a while. It's going to get put into storage but it's going to stay part of the collection. But that was then. What are we going to do next? Let me go and fetch it. What's it going to be? Well, go by the comments on a few videos from earlier on in the year. Well, you can see you're going to be very happy, some of you. I'll go back to when I was a lad again. I'm going to use a Vax 121 as vacuum of the month for June. We had one when I was born. It was not long after I was born that Mummy and Daddy went and got a Vax. Granny had a Vax, she still got her Vax. My auntie had a Vax, she probably still not got her Vax. Lad up the street, his mum had a Vax. Everybody had these. And they were all used dry in the garage for the car because they're not that great. But I'm going to persevere and use this one. This is the Car Boot Find Vax. The one that you were all very excited about on the before video. It hasn't actually been used much since then. Mum's had it. In fact, it hasn't left this house since I filmed that. They've decorated this room that we're in now, and they had the radiators off. So I gave them this with the wet tank in, so when they took the radiators off the wall, they could have a wet vac. And they left it here, and it needs to come home now, so I thought, what better way to bring it home than to use it for vacuum of the month. So it is a bit dirty still. This is in its unrefurbished state. That is the state of the little pre-fill. So in fact, if we wipe that on the carpet, that's fine. So yeah, warts and all, lots of filth under there. What I have done though, is the filter has been washed. In fact, I ironed it this very morning, because to fit these back in here, it's so much easier if you iron them flat. Then you can stick them on the middle bit, drop the outer bit on, and they fit fine. So this has been washed. In fact, I washed that not long after I got the flipping thing. It's been sat in the airing cupboard. Recovery tank is dirty. When he's using it in its pre-refurbished state, warts and all. Got the hose. In fact, I've got all the dry tools in this bag. We have the combination carpet and hard floor tool. We have the Power Plus. We know how fantastic these are, don't we? Ever such a good head. Probably won't use that. These weren't actually with this. These are from my 6130SX, and I couldn't even find the crevice tool for it, so I've got an Electrolux one just to prove that I have tried. So, problem is, it's missing something quite key, isn't it? This is going to do absolutely feck all. This is a cheesecloth filter that is basically, again, like the Electrolux's pre-filter, just to stop all of the crap going straight into the motor in the event of something catastrophic happening. So I have a few ideas. I have the cloth bag that came with it, although I don't actually have the bag slide for it. Very silly of me, but I'm not going home now to get it because that's 25 miles away. So we have the cloth bag. I have a pick-a-pack paper bag. It is thunderously difficult to get genuine paper bags for these nowadays. Even the 6131, the current one of these that they do, it is notoriously difficult. Plus obviously they are a bit rubbish because they are still terrible bags. So what I've done, and I'm flipping hoping it fits, this is the bag adapter from the 6131. And it does fit. It slots in. Just need to see. Oh, I think it might. It does. Aha! Fantastic. So there we go. I can fit a nice pneumatic HEPA flow to this. Pop the filter on. I haven't even replaced the seals that go around there. we are set up for dry vaxing. Let's put the brushes down so it sits up. We are set up for dry vaxing. Let's give that a bit of a go. So all I need to do is to plug it in using the lovely Marbo plug. There used to be a Marbo wholesalers, I think even the company used to be in Peterborough, because if you went into Peterborough on the train from London, you would drive straight past it. Right, I just need to find some power. Hang on. Here's some power. Put the brushes back down. Backs and members. It's even got the little whistle that they always make through the various joints. And I remember so well. It's also got its suppressor in it still. So, what is the purpose of this choice? Well, because I haven't used one in about 20 years for anything more than 10 minutes at a time. To see if it will last with its suppressor. Started so far, it has been used a fair bit. Also going to see how much it falls over, because these have such a habit of tipping over. I used to tip over all the time. So we shall investigate that. And yeah, see if you can still use an unloved 1980s machine in 2019. Probably won't get the washing stuff out though. This is going to be a dry only month. Plus, now it's got a HEPA flow in it, I can use it to clean out other vacs. I can't use the V11 for that because I get all the Dyson bitches saying, oh, you can't use that for that, even though you paid your own money for it. This, with the HEPA flow, no problem. Could use the Electrolux because of its paper bag. It's probably now paper bags, they're not what you want to use anymore. So this has been brought up to date. It is still filthy. It is still unrefurbished, ready to be used for a month. So, there we go. Thank you very much for watching. Please follow me on Instagram if you would like some updates on this, because I generally post rubbish up on there. Don't really do many YouTube posts because, well, it's videos, isn't it? I don't have a Facebook page for the vacuum. So yeah, Instagram at TheRealBecco1987 if you don't already follow me. Otherwise, I shall see you at the end of June. Thanks very much for watching, and bye bye.